When you buy groundnut paste from those street vendors, one thing that is common is that it's always very smooth, it's thick, it's really brown, and it's delicious, well, in some cases. But today I am going to show you how to achieve that very brown color. A lot of the times people make their groundnut paste and you'll be having the color of groundnut soup, not groundnut paste, and you wonder, why is my own groundnut paste looking like this? Well, today I'm here to show you. For our ingredients, you need your groundnut, you need some salt, some pepper, and your seasoning cubes. I always use Maggi crevette like I showed you guys earlier. So the first step is you want to ensure that your groundnut is very clean. You don't have any foreign particles, bad groundnut, stones, corn, whatever. Pick it out, take it out. Now fry your groundnut. Okay, fry your groundnut until it becomes really brown. Pause the video. Look, okay, I've paused it for you. This is what your groundnut should look like some of them should actually almost burn, right? That's how you're going to have that really thick brown groundnut after you have blended it. Now the way I'm going to blend my groundnut, I will start with my first blender, which is the one where I blend dry stuff. So I'm going to blend the groundnut, and then I'll transfer it into the blender where I blend my wet stuff and add some water. So when I'm pouring my groundnut in the pot, you're going to see that it is going to be runny and it's already going to be mixed with water. Now this is what I am doing. I've allowed my groundnut to get cold. I put it in my blender for my dry stuff. I blend. I did not film when I was blending it in the second blender. I completely forgot in the process. So yeah, but if you just have a blender for dry stuff, you can blend your groundnut until it's really smooth, and then you just mix it in water. But I like to go in with my blender for wet stuff because it now smoothens my groundnut very well. So if you want to have that really smooth, thick, brown groundnut paste, that is what you want to do. You want to blend your groundnut again in a blender that can take water, right? Yeah, you have to do that so that you have a very smooth paste most times. Or you use a hand grinder. A hand grinder really blends the groundnut till it's very smooth. So the secret is fry your groundnut until it's really brown, and then blend it or grind it. Ensure that it is very smooth. Okay, whatever you do, whether you are pounding it, whether you are blending it, whether you are grinding it, ensure that your groundnut is very smooth. So when I was blending my groundnut for the second time in the wet blender, I added 1 pepper. Okay, my family doesn't eat a lot of pepper. If you are a fan of pepper, go ahead and add maybe like 2 or 3 peppers, so it is really hot. So after I have boiled the groundnut and mixed it for about 15 minutes, I go in with my crayfish, my seasoning cube, and my salt, and then I'm going to go ahead and mix it again thoroughly. I've never seen where they make groundnut paste and it doesn't get burnt like that, like the pot doesn't get burnt. If you have a secret, if you have a tip, please fill me in on it. I would love to know. So at this point, my groundnut is still cooking. I am going to cover the pot at some point. Now, depending on the kind of groundnut that you use, sometimes you would notice that there's going to be oil when you've covered it to boil for like maybe 15-20 minutes. You're going to notice a lot of oil at the top of the pot. Oh my god, I always like it when I have groundnut paste that does that. But for this one, I didn't have a lot of oil like at the top of the pot, so I had to just drizzle a little bit of groundnut oil on it, which is you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, but I went ahead to do it. Yeah, this is the process. You cover your pot, allow it to boil for about, now that's a mistake I made there. When you open your pot and there's water on the lid, please do well, by all means, ensure that the water doesn't drop back into your pot, right? Ensure that it goes out so you don't have a runny paste. You want your paste to stay thick like this, so don't do that. Don't be like me. Well, you go ahead and continue mixing while cleaning the side so you don't have a lot of it burning, and then you go ahead and taste it. If it's okay, you can see how it's becoming really brown, right? The first thing to do is to ensure that you actually fry your groundnut until it's brown, like almost burning, and then you now cook it again for this length of time. I cooked this groundnut paste for a total of about 30 to 35 minutes, 30-40 minutes thereabouts, right? And it was ready. At this point, it is thick, it is brown, it is smooth, and it is delicious. I love it. I enjoyed my groundnut paste with some bobolo. If this video has helped you, please do well to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I just added one whole pepper for those of us who love pepper. Okay, after I added the pepper, I covered it again for a bit for about 2 to 3 minutes, and that was it. Our groundnut paste is ready. At this point, yeah, I added some oil. At this point, if you want to tie it in a leaf or you want to serve like that, when you tie it in a leaf, it's going to feel like you bought from those women on the street. I promise you. I have a video where I showed you guys how I do that, how I make my groundnut paste and tie it on a leaf. Look at how thick, look at how smooth, look at. I wish you could just take some bobolo and taste a little bit of this. Tasted really good. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you guys on the next one. Please subscribe.